If you refrain from killing and practice the 10 wholesome deeds, and you fulfill these 4 points, then you can be confident in attaining rebirth by reciting the Buddha's name. So, just how important are the 5 precepts and the 10 wholesome deeds? Once you have cultivated these well, you can further elevate yourself, delve deeply into the Buddhist teachings, and then you will be able to break through delusion and attain enlightenment. Breaking through delusion and attaining enlightenment means transcending the 6 realms, no longer among ordinary humans or heavenly beings. At that point, you belong to the ranks of the sages of the 3 realms, no longer subject to the cycle of rebirth in the 6 realms. So, where will you go then? You will eventually enter the realms of the Ravakas, Pratyekabuddhas, and Bodhisattvas. However, you are still very much within the realm of form. You haven't yet fully transcended it. Third goal, to transform from ordinary being into a sage. Within the realm of form, everyone is ordinary. Those in the 6 realms are ordinary, and those in the 4 noble realms are ordinary from a higher perspective. Once you transform from an ordinary being into a sage and transcend the realm of form, you will dwell in the one true Dharma realm. According to the Avatamsaka Sutra, you will reside in the flower treasury world of Vairocana Buddha. In the Pure Land tradition, you will dwell in Amitabha Buddha's land of ultimate bliss. Amitabha Buddha is, in fact, Vairocana. The Western Pure Land is the same as the flower treasury world. Even though the names are different, they refer to the same thing, the same state of realization. So, it is absolutely essential that we thoroughly understand and are unequivocally clear about the precise level from which we are currently learning, and it is equally imperative that we diligently work to achieve the tangible and measurable results that are truly appropriate and expected for that particular level of study or development. Amitabha Buddha, with his profound and unparalleled wisdom, had already meticulously figured all of this out and understood it with complete clarity while still diligently cultivating on the causal ground. Therefore, his supremely enlightened choice truly surpasses that of all other Buddhas and Tathagatas. Because other Buddhas and Tathagatas still possess the 3 pure lands of retribution and even the 5 pure lands of retribution. When Buddhas and Tathagatas guide sentient beings, they still rely on these levels as a foundation, gradually elevating them upward. Amitabha Buddha possesses incomparable true wisdom and unsurpassed compassion, and has opened up a special Dharma gate for us, allowing beings from all 5 realms to enter the land of reward together. This is truly inconceivable. This is something that does not exist in the worlds of other Buddhas. Only the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss has it. That's precisely why it is profoundly referred to as a truly unique and special Dharma gate. This extraordinary and profound Dharma gate is, in fact, exactly what the revered Amitabha Buddha himself realized and fully comprehended within this specific and crucial section of the sacred sutra. He truly provides a unique and expedient means, an unsurpassed and skillful method. We need to understand this clearly, and we need to learn it. He attained enlightenment. The 4 characters are respectful, cautious, uphold, and maintain are extremely important. The key to our entire success, or indeed our failure in this cultivation endeavor, lies in this very single crucial concept and phrase. The reason our cultivation efforts are ineffective is because, at home, we lack these four qualities. To be respectful truly means to show deep reverence, while being cautious implies exercising great care and being exceptionally prudent. In other words, it's entirely about preserving one's reputation and saving face here. Everyone just looks at each other in embarrassment. There's never any change. This is what's truly meant by upholding and maintaining. In our cultivation today, we are just lacking these two qualities. With these two qualities, there's no way you won't succeed. These two essential qualities are exactly what the revered Master Yinguang often taught and emphasized: profound respect and inner calmness. He consistently spoke of the importance of calmness. A little bit of profound calmness brings a little bit of significant benefit. Twice as much profound calmness brings twice the significant benefit. 10 times the profound calmness brings 10 times the significant benefit. Respect and caution are truly just another way of expressing profound calmness. In our spiritual cultivation and practice today, whether one is a lay practitioner or a monastic, whether diligently studying the profound scriptures or earnestly practicing reciting the sacred name of the Buddha, what we fundamentally and profoundly lack is a genuine, heartfelt sincerity and a deep, abiding respect for the teachings and the practice itself. Our sincerity alone isn't truly enough. A profound respect isn't genuinely enough, so our diligent practice of reciting the Buddha's sacred name doesn't yield the desired results. In the Buddha Hall, when we see the Buddha statue, we don't regard it as the real Buddha. That's exactly a lack of calmness. Someone who truly possesses calmness, when they see a Buddha statue, it's as if they are seeing the real Buddha. They pay their utmost respects with profound sincerity and make their offerings, demonstrating deep reverence. Honestly, in the not-so-distant past, specifically around half a century ago, which marks a significant period in recent history, the vast majority of individuals within society generally maintained and exhibited a profound and inherent sense of respect for others and for established norms. For example, when they respectfully observed their elders, they would often show great deference. In the secular world, when people encountered officials or the president, even if they hadn't previously learned about their positions or authority, they would naturally and instinctively show complete and profound respect. No one taught them, but their voices would become softer when speaking, and their footsteps lighter when walking. That kind of genuine, respectful attitude was very obvious. You could see it right away. But 50 years later, no longer the case. Nowadays, everyone talks about democracy, openness, and freedom. Everyone thinks they are as important when they see the president. What's special about you? Aren't you pretty much the same as me? You could say there's hardly any sense of respect left at all. It's the same when they see their parents or teachers. So how can one's studies or spiritual practice ever succeed like this? That's why, although there are more opportunities now than before, in the past, we would cherish even a single scripture so much. We would copy it out by hand. If you got your hands on a scripture, an old-style edition, you wouldn't dare write on it, wouldn't dare make any marks on it. So how would you use it then? So we'd copy out another version, and on that copy, we'd make our own notes, circle and underline things, and use that copy. This was the one beginners would use when giving talks, but the original text couldn't be mistreated. These old books were passed down from generation to generation. After we read them, we'd pass them on to the next generation. How much harder things were back then. When I first started studying Buddhism and copying scriptures, I didn't dare mistreat the original texts. I still have a few of these thread-bound books in my hands now. If you take a look, you'll see that even when I used them, I would still hand copy my own versions. But now it's so much more convenient, we can just simply photocopy things. It's so much easier. Indeed, things are certainly far superior nowadays compared to the past, but that profound sense of reverence is quite truly gone. So it's actually much harder to achieve real accomplishment than it was for people in the past. When we were studying and met good teachers, why did those teachers care for you so much? Why did they pay special attention to you? They helped you and supported you because you had a heart of respect. You truly wanted to learn, and you treated learning as something of great importance. You were very careful, very serious, and earnest. A good teacher will definitely help you. If they don't, they'd feel they're letting you down. But if your attitude toward learning is indifferent and careless, then the good teacher will stop looking after you. Why? Taking care of you is a waste of effort. It's useless. So we understand what Master Yin said. If you are sincere, good friends will take care of you. If you are 2 points sincere, I will take 2 points of care of you. There is no point in taking extra care if you don't know how to take extra care. It's a waste of mental energy and time. If you truly have 9 or 10 parts sincerity and respect, but he only takes care of you a little bit, 8 or 9 parts indeed, then he has quite let you down. So when we truly seek to learn and to serve, we must always remember these 4 crucial words. Only then will we achieve true and lasting success in this lifetime. We must truly treat this study as the single most important thing in our very entire life. Be serious and work hard. Learning is a lifelong endeavor. You keep learning as long as you live. Live to old age, learn to old age, and still you won't finish. In the next life, you'll keep going. Lifetime after lifetime, from the very first aspiration all the way to Buddhahood. In the Buddhist scriptures, especially the Mahayana Sutras, it's often said countless eons. Amitabha Buddha cultivated on the causal ground, fulfilling 5 eons of practice, these great kalpas, not small ones. If you don't set your sights on the long haul, how can that work? You absolutely can't think, I've studied and practiced for 10, 8, 20, or 30 years, so I don't need to be so serious anymore. That would be a mistake. After 10, or even 20, or perhaps 30 years, how much could you truly and realistically have learned and absorbed? You must not be content with just a little achievement. You should never be satisfied with merely a small amount of knowledge. When it comes to diligently seeking profound knowledge in the true way, you absolutely cannot afford to be easily satisfied. Break time equals 0.5s/. Once you feel content, you won't be able to keep progressing upward. That's why you have to keep making diligent effort. Only when you reach the state of Buddhahood is there truly nothing left hanging. Even bodhisattvas still need to continue studying and practicing. Ideally, you should be able to consistently maintain your practice in your daily routine so naturally that it truly becomes effortlessly ingrained. That's precisely what it really means to have achieved a deep and inherent sense of complete mastery. In other words, there isn't even the slightest hint of forcing yourself to do anything at all. You consistently and continuously maintain a remarkably strong and unwavering interest in the pursuit of knowledge and the process of learning. But reaching this profound state of enlightenment, how truly easy is that, really? Why is it that enlightened Buddhas and compassionate bodhisattvas can attain this elevated state, but we, ordinary beings, often find ourselves unable to achieve it? It's because our learning hasn't brought us real benefit, so there's a big gap between us and that state. How is it that all Buddhas and bodhisattvas can attain this state? It's because they have truly gained the benefits of the path. They are truly filled with the profound and boundless joy of the Dharma. Their wisdom is boundless, and their compassion is boundless. Compassion, wisdom, and the joy of the Dharma all well up from within like a spring. They gush outward. How could they ever truly become lax? How could they ever really lose it? When we study this state today, it's not like before. We find it really hard and distressing. When we get a break, we feel so happy. Today, we don't have to study. So, what can be done about this? For others, learning itself is a joy. No worldly pleasure can compare to the joy of learning, and that's why they can naturally maintain it. So let me ask again, why is it that others find learning joyful, while we don't enjoy learning at all? Let me explain this principle to you all. For others, what they learn is already integrated into their daily lives, so of course it brings them joy. But what we learn has nothing to do with our lives, so naturally, studying feels like a struggle. In other words, as soon as you learn something, you should put it into practice, really commit to it and immerse yourself in it. Just look at the very first line of the Analects. Isn't it a pleasure to learn and regularly practice what you've learned? This is what Confucius himself said. You study. And then what happens after you study? After you study, you put it into practice. 11 means to put it into action. Today, when we talk about 11, we mean forming a habit. When you truly and thoroughly put it into practice, when you do it at every moment, constantly practicing it, you'll be filled with Dharma joy. You is different from Allah. La is external stimulation or enjoyment, an incomparable kind of happiness. But you is a joy that wells up from within, not something that comes from outside. If you can apply all these principles, methods, and states you've learned to your daily life, you'll be happy, unimaginably happy. Only when you're filled with Dharma joy can you maintain it. Once we truly understand this principle and clearly see the truth of things, we must earnestly and diligently put it into practice. We absolutely have to make it happen. Happiness is truly good health. There's a Chinese saying, when a person encounters joyful events, their spirit is refreshed. If someone is happy all day long, how could their spirit not be good? Both body and mind will be healthy. It truly is incomparable happiness. Everyone wants to escape suffering and find happiness. If someone doesn't want such joy and instead chooses to pursue suffering every day, isn't that completely upside down? So, in studying and practicing the Buddha's teachings, you can experience great joy. If you practice in accordance with the teachings in the right way, you will definitely find happiness. Finding happiness means leaving suffering behind. Your wisdom will surely grow, your compassion will deepen, and you'll break through confusion and attain enlightenment. Cultivate merit and virtue. Cultivating merit and virtue profoundly benefits others, while making offerings to the precious pool, in turn, greatly benefits oneself. Only when you can truly and effectively benefit yourself can you then benefit others. Attain these 4 words: practice, conduct, vow, and aspiration. In the single-minded vow, this profound and heartfelt aspiration is not false. It is genuinely and truly authentic, reflecting a deep commitment. Practice here is being discussed on a deeper level. It means it has been fully and completely implemented and has become a new, established habit. As the ancient moral teachings say, what is unfamiliar becomes familiar, and what is familiar can become unfamiliar. Ordinary people in the mundane world commit evil deeds. They are born from karma, create very mistaken karma, and are so truly familiar with it that they do it naturally, without anyone even needing to teach them to at all. Now the Buddha teaches us that the 10 evil deeds are wrong and must be turned around. Turning them around means practicing the 10 good deeds. But we are not familiar with the 10 good deeds. When we listen to the Buddha's teachings and try to learn, it feels very unfamiliar to us. But if you can be very earnest and diligent and persist without giving up, gradually nurturing and becoming familiar with these good deeds, then your thoughts, words, and actions will slowly align with the path of the 10 good deeds, and you will become accustomed to them. In the past, your mind and actions were contrary to the 10 good deeds and aligned with the 10 evil deeds, but now you are gradually distancing yourself from those, no longer sinking into them. That is how what was once familiar becomes unfamiliar. This is really a complete 180-degree transformation indeed. This is what we call cultivation. Cultivation means a continuous process of correcting oneself, which involves identifying and eliminating detrimental bad habits and diligently developing and nurturing beneficial right ones. The right habits are the 5 precepts and the 10 good deeds. There is merit in the process of cultivation. Merit, what we call a gong fu, means your practice has achieved something. When there is merit, there will definitely be results. Observing the 5 precepts and practicing the 10 good deeds, this is meritorious cultivation. And what does this mean? Not falling into the 3 evil paths. This is what you have gained. You won't fall into the path of fire. With this merit, in your next life you will receive the superior rewards of the human or heavenly realms. This is called attaining the result. If you elevate yourself another level and practice the Mahayana, breaking through delusion and attaining enlightenment, then you need concentration and wisdom. And what about before this? Just observing the 5 precepts and the 10 good deeds, that is having precepts. The blessings and rewards you gain in the human and heavenly realms are already great, but if you can cultivate both purity and wisdom, your rewards will be even more extraordinary. Concentration and wisdom are the true merits. The resulting reward is rebirth in the form realm or the formless realm of the heavens, which is even more extraordinary. However, you still have not escaped the 6 realms of existence. The depth of concentration and wisdom varies from shallow to profound. The deeper your concentration and the broader your wisdom, the greater your achievement. The rewards gained from such cultivation are truly remarkable. In the sutras, we see that the concentration practiced by arhats is called the 9 successive stages of concentration. To transcend 3 realms, to go beyond 6 paths, within 6 paths, highest meditative attainment 8th. 8th heaven of neither perception nor non-perception. What happens if you go beyond 9th stage? You escaped 6 realms rebirth. You attained the fruition of an arhat or a pratyekabuddha. If your concentration and wisdom advance, you reach fruition of bodhisattva. Within the 10 Dharma realms, if you keep advancing beyond the fruition of Buddhahood, you transcend the 10 Dharma realms and reach the one true Dharma realm. In the one true Dharma realm, as we see in the Avatamsaka Sutra, there are still 41 levels. So the cultivation of concentration and wisdom must keep deepening. It cannot stop.